Great. Well, while we have Isabel here, Isabel Del Mastro is a alumna of the program last year, and you guys were cut short because of the global pandemic. So, but you were what, about 5 weeks there, Isabel?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah. So, so I think this is will probably because we haven't had a full semester program in a year, so I think we're hoping this will be pretty full, and you guys will have a very good group. But this is Buenos Aires. And Isabel, you want to go ahead and while we have you here, we don't want to keep you through the application process and everything. So you want to go ahead and tell us about how your homestay was, what life was like in Buenos Aires. Would you recommend the program?
I mean, absolutely. Of course, I'd recommend the program. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't be here if I didn't. um, I honestly had a great time. You know, they say that Buenos Aires is the Paris of Latin America, and I mean, it truly is. It is such a beautiful city, and every expectation that I came with when I came to Buenos Aires was completely like shut down. I mean, like it's very much like the New York of Argentina. So if you like big cities, you enjoy that type of atmosphere. It's pretty much just like New York City, except everybody is speaking Spanish. Um, I really had a wonderful time, and I feel like everybody says this when they're studying abroad, but you really learn a lot about yourself when you go on these trips, and you really get an opportunity to speak Spanish that you don't get no matter how many times you take classes, no matter how many credit hours you take. It's never going to be the same as that full on immersion that you get with studying abroad. I mean, I really feel like my Spanish improved while I was there for the short time I was there. Um, and I really got to go to some really cool places, see some really incredible sites, which I'm pretty sure is in this presentation because I was in the informational meeting for the 2020 spring
I'll go
Argentina.
ahead and talking about the excursions. I have some. Let me see.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so this
But
is
yeah.
from a year before you went, I believe. And like, yeah. So let's see. Oh yeah, okay. So just you talk about you guys went to Salta and Jujuy, right?
Yes, we did. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. It was it like,
Yeah.
but we didn't actually get to go. Like that picture that you have from before is beautiful, the one where like the salt is reflecting off the sky. It was like one later, I can't remember where it was, but we didn't get to see it like that exactly, but it was still really cool. It was a huge plain of salt.
Salt. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty spectacular, the scenery, and the city is like they compare it to Paris. Um, and what was your host family like?
My host family, it was so I was like one of the only people that experienced this type of host family. I found it a little bit difficult to live with them, unfortunately, but like sometimes it happens, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ultimately, my host mom, she was really sweet, and she was actually an English teacher. So if there was any moment that I like didn't understand or couldn't like speak Spanish, she would always help me out. It was a little difficult, but ultimately I wouldn't trade that experience for the world.
Great. And you felt like your Spanish really improved a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, you literally have to um go outside every day and speak Spanish all the time in order to get by. So it definitely improved. Yeah.
Yeah. Did the Argentine accent stick a little bit?
No, not entirely because I wasn't there for the entire time, but Argentinians, they are very passionate about their dialect. So if I ever said like, for example, like whenever they say Y's or double L's, they say sha, so plaisha, or like yo me llamo. And anytime I wouldn't use that specific dialect, my host mom would correct me immediately. She would be like, yeah, she'd be like, we don't say it like that here. You say it this way. Speak like you're from Argentina. And I was like, okay.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to take up too much of your time. Thank you so much for dropping by.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for
Okay.
having me. Bye. See you later.
Bye. We have joining us Mallory, who also went last year. Hi, Mallory.
Hello, how is everyone?
Very, very well. While we have you here, like we don't want to make you sit through all the nitty gritty about plane tickets and course credits. So you want to tell us about your homestay and
Yeah,
You got a really
I would
good.
love to. I can say a little bit of everything, I think. I would love to share my information. So the homestay application specifically is obviously where my application for Argentina began. And I think the part that we're all thinking of is where do you begin with who you choose to stay with? Me personally, I have always loved like older people. Like I love children, but I personally connect well with like older like women, make me feel very safe. And I just would love to pick their brain about Argentina. So that was a consideration that I made. And I did end up putting that as my first option. And from my personal bias or from what I heard from other people in my program, I do think I had the best experience with my homestay, but everybody had such a positive experience. The people there are so nice. I cannot say enough good things about them. They're very kind people, very welcoming, fun. They like to, my home host mom liked to dance and play the radio at night. And we'd always sit down for dinner that would go from like an hour and a half to 2 hours on my own accord, though. Like, she'd be like, do you have somewhere you need to be? And I was like, no, I would love to stay and talk to you. And she taught me how to dance and all this stuff. She was going to take me to her tap dancing class. She was going to take me to her family's house out in the country. And then it got cut short because of COVID. But everybody had those kinds of experiences as well, very personal connections with their host family. So I wouldn't be so worried about who you chose. Mm-hmm. Also, flights, I chose to go a week early to go down to Patagonia with my friend Ryan on the program. It was a very positive experience. I wrote a blog post about my stay in Patagonia and my recommendations. So go check that out on the website. I had a lot to say because there was a lot that I learned while I was there. So I would highly encourage going there. Argentina is a huge place. So
Patagonia is the most dramatic scenery in the world.
Yeah, because you kind of think it's going to be very green, but it's really a mix. It's like you're driving through kind of desert-y with tall mountains, but you're driving on a really flat road. Mm-hmm. So it's like all of these like insane mountain ranges that are kind of desert-y, and then you emerge into like jungle-y type things. So it was incredible. We even got to go over into Chile for 2 nights while we were there because going to a very famous national park in Chile. And then when I got into the program and met all of the other students at our orientation, which was great, and in the hotel, and we were all staying together and got to know each other. After that is when we chose to plan trips together, which some did happen, some didn't end up happening, but highly recommend doing that as well. Let's see, what else? I have more stuff to say.
No, it's great. Yeah. Great information.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I really at first we thought it was going to be at the Universidad de Buenos Aires, which is a little bit closer to our neighborhoods. So just account mentally that it will be a commute, but it was a great opportunity to see more of the city every day. Some days I chose to walk. It was probably a 40-minute walk. Took the bus, probably half that time, or took the metro, probably half that time as well. So about 20-minute ride on the metro, and then you walk to your stop. Loved the neighborhoods that they place you in, Recoleta and Palermo. They are known like internationally as the best. So the neighborhoods that you get placed in are the best of the best. Like seriously, great neighborhoods, very young or like family oriented. You're very close to the expensive neighborhoods as well, which you will walk through if you want to go to some of the museums. Like you're just in a great spot. So they do a really amazing job with host family placements and just like put up a very accurate picture of yourself and a very accurate representation of how you like to live on any application ever. And I think that you really can't go wrong. And I cannot recommend Buenos Aires enough. And it's a very intimate program. So I think if you like having more assistance, like having more one-on-one classes, it was a really amazing experience for me. So I very highly recommend it.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Mallory. Do you still talk to your host mom on email or the phone?
Yes, we talk on WhatsApp, and I have her on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And when
you go back to Buenos Aires, I'm sure you'll get together.
Oh my gosh. Before I left, she said, if you ever want to come back, you can stay in the same room and like pay a really cheap monthly rent or weekly rent situation. And she's like, if any of your friends want to come, like you're all welcome. And her family, her sister was another host mom also. So me and another guy in the program were kind of in the same family.
Mhm.
We weren't there for enough time to, again, like do the country thing where we went out. I know Isabel did with her family, which was amazing. There's a lot to see, a lot to do. And Buenos Aires is very close to Uruguay, and it's a short ride from the country as well. So you will have opportunities to see both like very immediately if maybe it's not in your plans to go as far, which there's a lot to do. So you will never be bored.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. We won't take up any more of your time, and we really appreciate your perspective.
Of course. I hope you all consider it, and also my fingers crossed that it goes through and everything works out for you guys. If good luck, guys. Bye, Dr. Wise. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Mallory. Yeah, so a little bit about the mechanics of the program. Let's see. So this is like on the excursion. This is a group a few years ago. So the program dates, because we're still, dates usually run about February 1st to about May 1st. So, about a 2-week delay after the College of Charleston schedule. And it's our spring, but their fall, right? So those seasons are reversed. So it's really nice time to go, nice weather. So it is based in Buenos Aires, the Paris of Latin America, and you will be living with a host family. And these are host families that are selected by the College of Charleston. And usually we've been using them for years, and we vet them and screen them, and we usually get very good feedback, and we take that into consideration. So we use really good families. The classes will be at the La Universidad de Buenos Aires, the School of Law and Social Sciences, and it's a really neat building. There it is. So beautiful building right in Buenos Aires. So that's where you'll be taking classes from Argentinian professors that have been working with us for a long time. And we're actually doing a conference with them later this month. So they're very involved at the College of Charleston also, and we work with them a lot to make sure the credits are exactly what you would expect at the College of Charleston. Class schedules are usually Monday through Friday, and some weeks will be Monday through Thursday to give you kind of an extra long weekend for traveling around Buenos Aires or Argentina. And cost. So the program fee is more or less $6,150. That could go up or down depending on travel costs and exchange rates. And it's a little harder to predict this far out, so that might not be the exact number, but it'll be around there. And also CFC tuition. All your scholarships apply. So if you're on any type of grant, Pell Grant, or scholarship, you can apply that to the tuition, even though it will be out of the country. So that is really nice. There's also a lot of scholarship opportunity with the College of Charleston and with the Center for International Education, which we'll talk about in a minute, to cover a lot of this program fee, which you can apply for. It's the School of Law. So what does that fee include? So it includes your housing throughout the entire semester. It also includes 2 meals a day throughout the semester. Every day you get lunch and dinner, and that will cover that. It also covers your hotel accommodations during the excursion. So when you get to Buenos Aires, there's a kind of, before you move into the host families, there's an orientation. So you stay in a hotel, covers all your food, all your room and board. All ground transportation, so bus trips out of Buenos Aires will be covered. Also entrances to any, like the saltas, like entrances to any parks, museums, that's all covered. Also international medical insurance. We will give you an international medical ID card. So if something happens, if you get sick, you can go to the doctor in Argentina without a problem. Also international student ID card, and that gives you a lot of discounts into, if you want to go to a museum, for example, that's not covered, you usually get a pretty steep discount with the international ID card. And also the application fee of $50. So course offerings, the great thing about the College of Charleston Study Abroad program is it's really, we try to tailor it to the group. So if you really want to go but need a specific class, like we're going to try to make that happen, and adjust the schedule to meet your needs. So generally, the classes that are taught, you'll take 12 credits, which is four classes: Spanish 320, Spanish 333, which is civilization and history class as a special topics, and obviously it will be something to do with Argentina. Spanish 328, which can count for 314, a conversation class, or it can count towards a 300 elective credit. So that's a really useful class to have. And depending on the need, it will either be 344, which is advanced grammar, or if you guys have already, a lot of you guys have already taken that, it will be 381, intro to linguistics. Both are required for the Spanish major. So that will be a good class to take. Also, in English, you have the option of taking LAX 106, Contemporary Argentina. If you're a LAX major or minor, that's a great one to take. And political science, politics of Latin America. And also, like, let's say you have another requirement, for example, if you need to take 275, for example, or a 400 level class if you're graduating, and we don't offer that in Buenos Aires. The great thing is now, especially now, the CFC has lots of online options. So you'll be wide open to pick any online class offered by the college and take it in Argentina, just like you would here, and get that flexibility. And that goes for any class at all. So if you need a math class, for example, you can take that online from the College of Charleston in Argentina without a problem. So I think we left off at classes. Like, yeah. So the bottom line is we really want to make the program work for you. If you need any like specific class to graduate or for your major, minor, we want to make that happen for you. So just let us know how we can tailor the program to your specific needs, and we might throw in some online classes from CFC, but we'll make it work for you. Don't worry. So we already looked at some of the photos. This is like the depending on weather and what's available, like so they might change the program or the excursions up a little bit, but last year they went to Salta and Jujuy, which are really amazing national parks, and they're known for their spectacular scenery. This is Salta, and it's famous for, if it rains, this like small layer of water forms on a salt flat, and it produces this mirror image. It's unique in the world, and it happens pretty frequently. And also there is there's an Inca town, and like I think it's Montaña Alta, which is near there, that you visit some Inca ruins, and like the Andean culture. Is a really neat experience. So application process. Stephanie, do you want to talk a little bit about application?
Sounds great. So I'm actually going to share my screen. So hopefully everybody can now see my screen where it says CFC Spring Semester in Buenos Aires, Argentina, correct? Perfect. Okay. So in order to apply for any type of study abroad program at the College of Charleston, you are required to do a VIA TRM application. So that's our study abroad application, and VIA TRM is our platform. So it's really easy to actually create an account on VIA TRM. On our website, we have lots of links to it, but another way you can find it is just typing cfc.via.trm.com, and you're going to put in your information. You're going to actually use your CFC email address to create your account. With that, it's actually going to put in a lot of your information once you apply to a program. So once you create a VIA TRM account, you're going to get to the program page, and you might see the spinning world just going round and round. And you're just like, I don't want to wait forever for all of the different programs that we offer. So if you put in /7199, you'll actually go directly to the program for Buenos Aires. That way you don't have to find it through other means. It's really, really simple. All you would have to do is put in that 7199 and that's specifically for this program. So this page tells you a little bit more about the program, how to get in touch with the program director, that you have host families, the different courses, information with regards to what the cost is, and then you can actually hit apply now. We also have what's required along with a link to the scholarships. So when you look at scholarships, there are lots of different opportunities specifically for study abroad. And the way the College of Charleston works now is that all of the scholarships are done through academic works. So any type of scholarship that you ever get at the College of Charleston now, you need to make a general academic works scholarship. If you have not done that before, when you do it the first time, just make sure that you put in that your interest is study abroad or travel, and you'll be able to apply for the appropriate scholarships. If you've done it before and you didn't put that you were interested in studying abroad or travel, you'll need to go back in and update that form. Because once you put into academic works that you're in your general application, that you're interested in travel, you will then have the opportunity to apply for the other types of scholarships that are specifically with C of C. What's great about this program is the fact that it is a semester program, and you're going for a location that isn't necessarily where everybody goes, which means that there are other scholarships outside of CFC that you are able to apply for. I believe Gilman works for this, and then there's a couple of other ones that can work. I have heard that students in the past have contacted their Rotary, along with possibly talking to their churches and different things like that with regards to helping pay for the program. So with the program fee is actually associated in the application fee is in the program. You would never actually see the $50 application on your e-bill unless you withdrew from the program after you submitted your application. You could actually hit apply now today and not actually submit your application until you're ready. But that is something just to keep in mind that's embedded in there. And as of right now, that fee does not need to be paid beforehand. Are there any questions with regards to the application? Basically, you hit this apply now button and you'll be directed to an application page. A lot of the information is actually already indicated due to the fact that you have used your CFC email. So your GPA and all of those other things are actually going to be in there already. So once again, via TRM, and then the program number is 7199.
So the CIE scholarships, what Stephanie was talking about, it depends on GPA and need, but they can be anywhere from 500 to 2,000. So it's a significant amount of money that is pretty much automatic. So all you have to do is apply. And the deadline is October 15th. So that's so curious about going. I would go ahead and start getting that deadline in the back of your mind. And also, we have an Office of Financial Assistance here at the College of Charleston, and they are there to help you find scholarships that might not be ready available, because the college has lots of, probably hundreds of, family foundation scholarships that are very specific to international study abroad, and so they help you find those and apply to those as well. So there's lots of ways to find pots of money. So if you're very interested in this program, so you can talk to your academic major advisor. This is a really good opportunity to knock out an entire major or minor in Spanish or Latin American and Caribbean studies, or even poli-sci. So because you're concentrating all of your credits, your whole semester in one or two areas, that's when you can really take a large part of a major out and get those credits. We have Study Abroad 101 advising sessions. This is actually an old slide, I didn't update it. It's now online. So you can go to the CIE website and create an appointment to talk to a Study Abroad advisor. And they will help you, again, look for scholarships, thinking about what types of credits you need to cover, and also the application process, and any questions you have about living abroad. Are there any questions so far about the program or Argentina or Buenos Aires?
Did you say that you're the one leading the program?
So no, actually, I'm not leading the program. I'm the College of Charleston sort of liaison. So either I will take the group down there, or the provost of international studies, Mark Del Mastro, will take the group down there, or the chair of the department, Mike Gomez, will take you down there. So someone from the college will accompany you down there and do the orientation and get you settled. And then from there, our faculty on site in Argentina run the program. My email right there. If you can think of anything else, any specifics, and you want to, or if you want to set up a meeting to talk individually about the program, I would love to hear from you. Yep. All right. Well, send me an email or Stephanie an email if you can think of any other questions or would like additional information. And have a good afternoon. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, guys.